bought this chandelier, as you can see, but it has these sockets that are made for the sconces to screw on. And what we're going to do is we're going to take those off and replace it with an E12 socket, which is your normal um, chandelier socket with like the ones that look like little candles. And then I'm going to paint it black to match the other fixtures in the house.
We have to unscrew the sockets first from the holders, and I'm going to have to clip these wires in here because they're riveted in, and I'll have to take and feed more of some of the excess wire from here up through the arm to here to be able to wire the new sockets.
Okay, so what we did is this unscrews, and we took that off, and you see these wires. He had to take the wire nut off, loosen it up a bit, and then pull the wires up to give him enough length in order to wire into the socket. The black always goes on the gold, and the white always goes onto the silver right there. And then he's going to do that for each and every one of them. And then he'll reconnect them all together again on the bottom like they were to begin with. Hey, good morning. It's Friday morning. Yeah, this is what I look like in the morning. You'll hear the washing machine going. You'll hear the cats fighting. And we're gonna start our lighting project. So I'm gonna flip it around and show you that my husband's removing the old light fixtures so that we can start the plan, and then I'll explain. That's my husband, Steve. He's testing to make sure the wires are hot or cold, or he's turned off the power so he doesn't get zapped.
Now here's a little tip for people who own older homes. Some of these older houses were wired wrong, and you're supposed to run the power to the switch and then up to the fixture. What they did here was they ran the power up to the fixture and then one line back to the switch to interrupt the circuit. In this case, just because you turn off the switch doesn't necessarily mean you don't still have power. So I'm going to have to make sure that I turn off the breaker and not just the switch to make sure the circuit has been decommissioned.
And what happens if you don't do that?
Crispy critter.
So what you see here, I have a fluorescent light LED that's coming down. I had a really nice like CD glass black that's going to be moved into the foyer, and right above my island is going to go a chandelier. When we remove these other two lights, we are putting in can lights through the rest of the kitchen because there's some dark spots you can see, like over there and over there and a little bit over here. We have one little one above the coffee station. So we are going to add 6 more through this kitchen to really increase the light. Plus, I loved the chandelier and I thought it competed with all the other lights in the kitchen. And there goes, he just turned off the power to the other one. So that's where we're starting. So it's still flashing red, Steve.
That's because the breaker that's labeled for the kitchen lights aren't necessarily for all the lights in the kitchen. I believe that this particular light is tied into the circuit in the den, so I need to turn off the other breaker.
And that little thing that you're using is called a...
It's testing for power. It's an inductive tester. You bring it up and put it near the wire, and it'll tell you whether or not it has power or not.
It'll flash red if it has?
It'll flash red if it has power, and it'll just stay steady like this if there's no power.
I can get a better picture of it. I don't think I can. It's just blurring out. There we go. So that's what you want to make sure that there's absolutely no power to the wires you're about ready to cut.
Ask me how I know.
And if you notice, it's not flashing right now, so it means no power, so we're good. Well, he managed to get that one down. As you can see, I am gonna have to paint, which is not a big deal. I had the ceiling color matched, so I have a quart of it. In this house, all the wiring was done where the wires were way too short. So every time we do an electrical project here in the house, we run into the problem of it's hard to connect a new fixture to it because of the tiny little wires that they leave in the box. So we're at the stage where he's removed the old outlet that he is going to take and rewire all the electrical down to this box. So lots of wires, lots of issues, lots of going up and down the attic. Anything to say?
Yes. I am the attic squirrel.
Yeah, okay. You install wires instead of chewing them. So we're gonna hang the chandelier dead center over the island. So what we've done is found the exact center of the island with a little piece of blue tape. See the little mark? And then we're gonna take a laser and set it on that mark. And it gives us exactly where that hole should be. Easy peasy. And now he's gonna put a little drill. He's gonna drill it and throw a piece of wire up through it so he can see where it is up in the attic. So that we can make sure that it's not placed too close to a joist or someplace up in there that would be...
Have an interference.
Have an interference.
If this hole is in the wrong place and I put the wire up in there, the hole is small enough so that it's easy to patch or even ignore. You'll never see it with a popcorn, it'll blend in. But this is a good way to avoid having to redo something later or having to re-drywall in case you put the hole in the wrong place.
Okay, now he's taking a piece of wire and threading it up through that hole so that he can find that spot when he goes up in the attic. So there's the hole with the box in it. Lost the footage of him actually drilling the hole, which was pretty funny. Wires are live. He's got them separated, switches off. He is up there now just reinforcing the box just to make absolutely positively sure that that box can hold the weight of the chandelier. He's installed the bracket. He's attaching the ground to the wire, which is the copper wire. You see a white wire and a black wire. Those are what get wired to the chandelier. Is there any way of knowing which one's the black and which one's the white on a chandelier that has like clear?
Yes, I had to actually trace the wire back to the center socket on the lights with a multimeter, and I marked it here.
Is there no difference?
There is a difference. The center socket is supposed to be the hot, and the screw-in part is supposed to be the neutral wire. The neutral wire is the white wire, and the black wire is the hot.
Yes. But what I'm saying in layman's terms, is there anyone, if someone's wiring up, can you tell the difference?
No, you can't, unless you use a multimeter. I check for continuity from the wire down to the center socket.
Okay.
Then I mark the wire.
So if you're in doubt, hire an electrician.
The newer fixtures, the wire for hot is marked with a line.
Yes, that's what I thought.
But this is an older fixture, and the wire is there's no difference in the wires from a visual perspective.
Okay, so if you buy a new
Yes.
chandelier, you'd be all right.
Yes, some of them
A newer.
Yes, the hot wire is a copper color, and the neutral wire is a silver color.
Okay. So, but if in doubt,
hire an electrician or
yes.
get somebody who has electrical skills and understands.
Okay, just so we're saying this. So
I've had extensive training in electrical for many years. So
yeah, I just wanted to say
as an electrician, and even though I'm a mechanical designer, I was trained as an electrician, and I have been working with electricity since I was a child.
Yeah. Uncle Fester. Put a light bulb in your mouth, see if it lights up. Okay. I'm not here just for comic relief. I do work here. I do the cleanup. I do help him out when he needs help doing this stuff. I can do my own switches. And if this was a newer chandelier and there was already an existing electrical box, I could wire it myself. But since I have him, we'll put him to use. And we have light. It was a little rough. I didn't film because it took two people one to hold it while he wired it up because it was a difficult install. All I have left to do is actually put the little chandelier sleeves on over the sockets, and it should be good to go. And what would a home project be if you didn't have to make a run to the home improvement store at least once or twice? I'm here at Home Depot because we need electrical and some paint because I ran out of ceiling paint. So, off to Home Depot I go. Round one. These are the can or recessed lights that we used up in the ceiling. I will have those linked below in the description box if you're interested in using those. And we have wires. So in total, we are putting 5 can lights in the kitchen, or recessed LED lights. This one over the door to the garage, utility room, and freezer area is centered in that area. The other 2, because that one was an existing hole, and so is that one, and they lined up, so we lined up the other 2 to coordinate. And first one in. One nice thing about these lights, it has five different settings that you can choose from. It's like cool light, or daylight, cool light, warm light, warmer, soft, really warm. We usually go like what, middle ground?
Yes.
So, because he doesn't like the daylight and I don't like the really warm light. So we kind of go right in the middle. And for those that are creators or film, these are non-flickering. So you'll hear a lot of people complain about the LED lights causing flickering when they film. These do not. The light bulbs I have in my chandelier are the same principle. They don't flicker. I also added shades to the chandelier. I snatched them from the dining room and I ordered 5 more. So there we are. We have all the can lights installed, or recessed LED lights. I think it looks really good. It really brightens up the kitchen. Now, unfortunately, as you see, I have a lot of cleaning to do. A lot. But I'll